like I was interested in like looking good and like building strength that way. And only after time did I start to become aware of like, oh, I might want to be able to do these other things. And so I guess how do we, for like the younger generation and even younger trainers, how do we help bridge that gap where it's not like bodybuilding or functional training? It's like it's training. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. I do. And, welcome to my world. It's a constant struggle, and it's a challenge for me, because what I see in industry and in social media is that the extremes, and the algorithms support this. We all
For
know that
sure.
the extremes kind of get, it's the clickbait, it's the abrasive comments because somebody's done something so extreme on social media, and they get these abrasive comments, and then other people defend it because maybe they can do a backflip with a barbell or whatever the crazy thing is. And so some of these like outliers really get to prominence, where folks, like myself. I mean, I've been doing this for 35 years, and I think I have a very unique background because I was an elite level athlete. I competed all over the world at the highest level. I'm also a physical therapist, so I understand rehab medicine, and I'm also a certified strength and conditioning specialist. So I understand strength and conditioning, and I've got a pretty profound uh, perspective or understanding of the extremes. And guess what? The extremes don't get you to the long game, right? Which we just talked about. The long game is just overall health, wellness, fitness, vitality. It's not being able to deadlift 495 and now you want to do 515. Like, where does that get you in the final analysis? And I always look at exercise in a very simple way as a physical therapist. Somebody comes into your clinic, and the first thing you have to assess is not their injury, but who they are. Why are you here? What are your goals? What do you want to do? What do you do? So if someone comes in and they're maybe a stay-at-home housewife, which is fine, I need to understand that. If they come in and they're a UPS driver and it's the winter in Aspen and they have to do 12-hour days delivering heavy boxes in ice and snow, well, guess what? My thought process has changed around how I'm going to treat that person. So I think one of the biggest problems right now is that we're throwing this wide, fishing net over everybody and not really understanding what each person's individual needs are. And so, whether it's your client, let's say you're a personal trainer and you're looking at your client, or it's for yourself, really think about who you are, what you do, and where you want to be in 20, 30, 40 years from now. I know it's hard to look out. And then dictate or program accordingly. So if you are 28 or 32 and you're into powerlifting and you're trying to do PRs, and maybe you're competing or maybe you're not even competing, it's just for ego lifts. I get it. I've been there. I grew up with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I've done more bicep curls and bench presses than anybody on the face of the earth. And by the way, my first rotator cuff injury, my first shoulder injury was doing bench press, where you're supposed to be getting strong and durable and viable. And I actually tore a rotator cuff muscle doing a bench press. So you got to get out of your head sometimes, think about where you want to be. And then, hey, maybe instead of just powerlifting, I got to do some mobility work. I got to do some recovery stuff. Maybe I want to do a little cardio because, gosh, wouldn't it be nice to have a big engine, not just all show and no go, but I want to be able to have some endurance and maybe I want some power stuff in there so I can explode. Like, that's one of the number one signs of aging. You look at people, they can't move fast. I know everybody talks about losing speed, or excuse me, losing strength as we age, losing zone 2 cardio. That's what's kind of talked about. For me, it's power. You can't
Yeah.
move fast when you get older. You're frail.